And with that, we bring in Nick. I know that the cooler temperatures have helped that, but those are going to go bye-bye, huh?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Our temperatures are warming up, and we're still in the height of the dry season. When I was hearing about this, I was looking back at the start of the water year, and since October 1st, Sacramento's negative 4 inches, almost 4¼ inches, and we're in the height of that dry season, right? So climate speaking, we're not really in for much beneficial rainfall until we get well into October and into November with that busy winter season. So long ways to go for that. And yes, our temperatures are going to be rising, especially later this week. What we're seeing now is quite seasonable, lower 90s across much of the Sacramento and San Joaquin Valley. Nothing unbearable, nothing we can't handle this time of year. Skies are clear. Notice no thunderstorms either across the Sierra, across the coastal ranges, nice and quiet. And that's just as ridge of high pressure continues to build in, and it's pushing that, it has kept that storm track well to the north. Remember, we were following all those little pieces of energy as they're rotating in, and that's what sparked a lot of the thunderstorm activity in the Sierra. So now a lot of that activity is to the north, and high pressure, as it builds in, will drive the warm up that we will all feel, especially by the time we get toward the end of this week and into the weekend. So that said, skies are going to remain clear for us. That's not a problem. If you're traveling north, by the way, you may run into some rain chances. As we mentioned, that storm track will be impacting more of the Pacific Northwest with occasional rain chances over the next few days. But here at home, starting off the night, nice and quiet. Skies are clear. Tomorrow morning, temperatures into the upper 50s, and then we'll take you community by community here, showing you the highs of the day tomorrow. 92, Sacramento, Lodi, Stockton in the lower 90s, and we're expecting low 90s to continue all the way down to much of Stanislaus County, and then you get to Vacaville, low 90s, but classic warm spots in the central part of the Sacramento Valley, like in the Colusa and Sutter counties. Mid 90s, not out of the question here. Our foothill communities, going to be a nice afternoon tomorrow for those outdoor walks or any of those outdoor activities, like Forest Hill, for instance, at 83 degrees, 81 Pollock Pines, Tahoe at 77, and we're holding on to about 90 as you get down toward Sonora in the days ahead. I want to talk a little bit more about the warming trend, right? Mentioned that ridge of high pressure that's building across the southwest. Well, watch as we get to the weekend. Look how amplified that ridge is. So that's what's going to help bring our temperatures up close to triple digits. It may not be widespread, or certainly not going to result in extreme summer heat. I think we'll be very close, just perhaps touching that century mark by the end of the week. See, much of the country, though, forecast pattern does call for above average temperatures nationwide really throughout much of next week. So that said, here's our forecast. Tomorrow, lower 90s, but by the time we get to Wednesday, many spots will be very close to reaching 100 degrees. Then we scale back a couple degrees here, and then by the weekends, Friday into Saturday, back up near 100 degrees. We'll have a little more on your extended forecast for the foothills and for the Sierra coming up. Marley.
Oh, wow, it is heating up. All right, thank you, Nick.